Hello guys, and welcome to Matt's Beamer. Today we're going to talk about something that can squirt in your face if you're not careful. Yes, today we're going to be talking about windscreen fluid or windscreen washer fluid. So windscreen fluid, it's a thing that people don't seem to care about, even though it's one of the most important. Without the correct windscreen fluid, you basically could be driving on the road with your eyes shut. The other day I saw on one of the BMW forums that there was a young lady asking what kind of fluid is okay in her BMW F20. Some people were just saying add some water, but never ever ever just add water to the system. Don't forget that when it's down to 0 degrees it will freeze up, and when it freezes up the water will expand and possibly split open your tank, mess up the tubing and even damage your washer jets. And I've seen that these windscreen washer bottles are quite hard to replace. Basically you've got to take off the wheel arch and try and squeeze it out of the ring and all that kind of stuff, so it's not ideal. Also, if you just use water, there aren't the certain additives that you need to help clear the windscreen properly. So if you get a little bit of like oily substance on the windscreen and you put on your water washer fluid, you'll just spread the dirt or the oily substance all over the screen, which is why you need to have windscreen fluid. When it comes to the older BMs, they aren't as fussy, in my opinion, as the newer BMs. The older BMWs have a float style system which tells you the level of the fluid, while the newer BMWs, like the F series ones, like the F20, has an electrical sensor, and they're quite sensitive. In my opinion, it's best to go for BMW's own washer fluid or some other ethanol based washer fluid. And if you have to add water to the system, make sure that you used distilled water, not normal tap water, as over time the mineral in the tap water will build up, which will cause blockages and mess all over your windscreen. The sort of fluid that you should really kind of avoid is the ones that have the water repellent substance to it. For example, silicone. Avoid that type, because due to the newer cars having the electrical sensor, if there's silicone in the fluid, it will coat the actual sensor itself, which makes it harder for the sensor to read the level. And with the F20 that I drive, it has a rear windscreen washer. When the car can't read the level, it thinks that there is nothing in the system, even if it's full. And if you get the message saying it's low on fluid, the rear wiper will stop working, which is a pain in the bum if you're driving in Moscow in the winter and you can't see out your back window. And trust me, in Moscow with the drivers over here, you need to have eyes coming out your back. You know where from. There. Another thing is, don't keep mixing the types of fluid you have in the system. If they mix up too much, the fluid will actually gellify. I think that's the word, or congeal. Anyway, it goes like jelly. And if it goes like jelly, your system will block up, the filter will block up, and then you have to pay someone to clean it all out. And in some cases, if you can't clean it out, you've got to replace the whole system. So try and keep to the same brand of fluid all the time. A last tip is, if you live in a cold place like me in Moscow, make sure that you check to see if the temperature, what do you call it? Just make sure to see if the fluid is able to work properly for the temperature it is outside. For example, a -10 rated fluid is no good for a place that is -30. And if you have water, well, you're stuffed. If you want to see more F20, F21 content, please hit subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any more videos. Believe it or not, I think about 95% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribers. So if you subscribe, it will make a big difference. If there is a product that you recommend for the F-Series BMs with the electrical sensors, please let us know down below and tell us your experience or if you had any problems. Anyway, thank you so much and take care. Goodbye.